Stacked is launching an online store where you'll be able to find a curated collection of both home and decor brands. Visit stackedhomes.com/store and join our mailing list for exclusive updates.
We love Asia and we love Singapore, and a lot of what's in that house is actually the result of that 15-year process of acquiring pieces that we love. It had a really good vibe. We walked in, we felt, this is the right house, so we really love living here.
Hi, my name's Natalie. I work in HR.
And I'm Al. I'm a lawyer turned banker and now private chef. I did most of the design myself, designing it so that the different spaces, sort of entrance, sitting room, kitchen, dining room, is actually understood without being overstated. And so the way that we have done that is by creating spaces on the ceiling, different heights and different cladding to actually define those different spaces.
The original way that the house was, there was a front room and the staircase went down into the center of the room, which is very typical of shop houses.
And also, it was quite cavernous and dark. The spaces were actually sort of not so inviting.
The purposes of living in Singapore and in the tropics is to have a lot of light. When Al did the design with our contractors for the house, we put little slices of light everywhere.
The brief was really to try and respect the history of the house and make sure that we included elements that reminded everywhere you look people of the fact that this was a shop house and not just a modernist piece inside a shop house. We moved in November 2020, COVID time. We just decided we needed to do something else than just work from home and stay at home the whole time. And that's the idea behind the diner, is taking guests on a culinary journey.
For the private dining, we have our full-blown med experiences on Friday and Saturday nights. Al also does lunches from Monday to Friday.
We have a shop house tour before we start the meal, so Natalie will take our guests, from the 5-foot way all the way to the rooftop.
All the dishes we serve have a story with it. All of the wine has a story with it, because that goes with the experience.
People are really keen to understand, how we've done things and the different pieces that we have. It's a big part of the attraction is the house. The living space was really for us to try and showcase some of our most beloved pieces from Asia and to keep that Asian/Chinese feel about the house.
The Peranakan privacy screen, we wanted that touch of the Joo Chiat heritage shop house in pieces throughout it. So we did purposefully buy and look for different things as well.
The kitchen is really the heart of the house and the heart of that living space. It connects the living area to the dining area. It also means that when I'm in the kitchen, I can interact with both people in the living space and people in the dining space. And I guess our guests really enjoy the fact that they can see me cook, and at the same time we can continue having the conversation. In terms of designing the kitchen, we wanted to use the same tiles as we had used for our entrance and the front of the house to bring that sort of pop to the space. And our contractor, Jess, had a great idea to actually laser cut some panels in that same blue that we have been using for the house to provide some airiness to the cupboards that are framing the kitchen. And I think you can see the pattern is exactly repeated. We also sort of tried to use some Chinese pieces, like we have those screens that we have actually used as sliding doors to hide our glass collection that we use for the diner. For the garden area, we had a choice to either drill down or build it up. And the concrete slab was and still is very sound, so we didn't want to destroy that. So we decided to go up and build like a giant planter box where we could actually have that little piece of garden. And it is still open to the element on the sort of airwell that we wanted to preserve as well. The challenge with that was really around how do you get plants to grow where there is no light. We found some extra powerful grow lights, and lo and behold, we have quite a bit of an exotic garden out there.
With all shop houses, they do have a little laneway at the back. We do have a door that exits the back of the house. And outside of the house, we have our barbecue and our pizza oven. It's a nice private, quiet area where we can do a bit of cooking.
In terms of the second story, you access it through the stairs where we've created some niches for some of our favorite items. We have a piece that we love and our guests love from a Singaporean artist, and it's called Everyday Mysteries. He's collected 1.5 million pieces throughout his life, throughout his travel. Just like us, we've been everywhere, and then we ended up in Singapore, and that's sort of like a piece that our guests love looking at. For the rooms, we wanted to take advantage of the light, so we created 2 main rooms at each side of the house. You've got our guest room and what is today a study. Basically, we wanted something a little bit quirky, and for us, they did some beautiful wallpaper, as well as for the guest bedroom, a matching bedspread, which is really quite cool. So another way of bringing some Peranakan elements in a modern way. Linking those 2 rooms at either end of the house is a long corridor that we also use to display a lot of our artifacts. In the study, we decided to go for a cathedral ceiling. It provides a beautiful light and a beautiful space. It's very airy. We decided we wanted that bookcase, and I designed that bookcase, which really sort of like different boxes of different shapes and size, and some of them have a colored back and some are just plain white. That leads us into the family bathroom, which we had decorated with fish scale tiles, and we had that sort of freestanding bath. And very interestingly, some of our guests get quite excited by the bathroom, and it was really nice to see that bath being used because we don't use it that often. We moved to the 3rd floor and what we call the parental suite. In terms of the bedroom itself, we wanted to have a lot of storage, which is why we converted a whole wall into storage. And our bed is a tatami bed. We've sort of raised it a little bit, so we had a little bit of a platform. And then we created really cozy space with toilet, shower, and then a nice wardrobe area. The kitchen space, it was really for us, if we felt we wanted that cup of tea or why not that glass of champagne at 12 midnight, we didn't have to come back all the way to the kitchen. But actually, it's been really handy for the diner. And this is a prep area for Natalie when people are having cocktails and snacks. The terrace is a new addition to the house, essentially a space to relax at sundown. We have birds, it's a really nice space.
Our guests often comment how quiet it is up there, actually. This is our home that we've opened up, but some people don't. And so, people come in and meet us and we've never met them before and they're a little bit shy. So doing the house tour actually breaks the ice really nicely.
Thanks for staying till the end. Now, if you like what you've just seen, do subscribe to our channel and click the bell so that you get updates whenever a new video pops out. And if you'd like to have your home featured, feel free to drop us an email at hello@stackedhomes.com.